What up, everybody? Welcome back to another. This is episode 7 of Life as I See It. Episode 7. So I feel like that's kind of appropriate because, you know, St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Right.
Which, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't even really know what the holiday really stands for. I just like to drink specials. So, moving on. So we back at it. We back at it again, talking that shit and doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? So first thing I want to talk about, like real quick, because I got to dive into this shit. So Kev, I don't know if you saw it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even introduce myself. I am so rude. So this your boy HL is in the building. You got my boy Cosign Kev is in the building. We here to bring you another one.
That's right.
Another one. So is that copywritten? I don't think he probably gonna charge me for that. Whatever. So first thing, did you see R. Kelly crying?
Yeah.
R. Kelly was crying, bro.
You get no sympathy from me, nigga.
This nigga was on. So if y'all don't know, he did an interview with Gayle King. And I saw like a clip of it, and he was talking about, oh, well, y'all, like, that's stupid. What kind of common sense you think I'm doing this stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, nigga, you are, though.
Right?
Like, you're on video.
What?
Video. Like,
oh, my God.
Like, you ain't fooling nobody, bruh.
Nobody.
Like, he really tried, I saw the video clip, and the first thing that I thought to myself was, like, is this nigga trying to get an Oscar too?
Right?
Because the acting was great. It was great. Like, he had like tears on cue.
Dude.
Like, how long has he been practicing that?
Right?
That's what I want to know. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't believe you, bro.
No.
I don't believe you. You ain't gonna convince me.
No.
You trying really hard. Like, he is really, really trying to maintain his innocence. But hey, it is what it is. Now, what I will tell you what's funny is, so I'm a veteran, if y'all don't know, and so I'm with I get opportunities to get tickets through this company called Vortex. And they sent me this email. They keep sending me this email about this show of this guy named Robert Kelly.
Wow.
And I was like, what? I was like, is Vortex really trying to give me R. Kelly tickets? So I go and look at it. It wasn't no damn R. Kelly. It was some fat white dude. Like,
wow. His name is Robert Kelly?
His name is Robert Kelly. I was like, yo, I feel this is not the time for you to be trying to build your career right now. I'm just saying, like, you need to figure out another name or something. Because the first thing I saw Robert Kelly. Now, I know they call him R. Kelly, but his name is Robert.
Right.
So, like, when I saw this shit, I was like, these motherfuckers really trying to offer me, like, R. Kelly tickets? No, this is some dude named Robert Kelly. So, Robert Kelly, he's a comedian, too, apparently. So, I'm like, Robert Kelly, if you out there, you might want to change your name or something.
Right.
Like, do something. You gotta do something else because it's just not working for you.
Crazy, though.
Yeah, it's very crazy. Oh, also, I'm just gonna bring this up at least just to say, you know, rest in peace to Luke Perry.
Yes.
So Luke Perry passed away. If y'all don't know, apparently, and I didn't even know this, he had a major stroke like last week or last month or something. It was recent that he had a major stroke. That's the reason why he died, though, is he never recovered from it. He was only like 54 years old. So, yeah, he was still pretty damn young. So, rest in peace to Luke Perry. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was a Luke Perry fan. Like, y'all ever notice that shit? Like, when people die, like, all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, gone too soon. It's like, you wasn't even paying attention to that nigga, though.
Right?
Like, what was the last thing you watched with Luke Perry in it?
Right.
Like, and how long ago?
Right.
I'll wait.
Right.
Like, not trying to disrespect Luke Perry, but I'm just saying, like, I just find it very funny that when somebody dies or a celebrity dies, like, people act like they've been riding with them this whole time. It's like nobody, let's be real, nobody was really checking for Luke Perry.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying that to down him. I'm saying that to make a point that people try to front like they cared so much about him. And it's like, but you didn't even really rock with dude like that. Like, I mean, like I said, I acknowledge that he died. I do know who he is. Mm-hmm. He was in, he was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original movie, not the fucking TV show. that Sarah Michelle Gellar fucked up. Yeah, I said it. Be mad. I like the movie personally. He was in a lot of stuff. Wasn't he in
90210?
90210? Yeah. So I mean, I'm familiar with Luke Perry, so you know I gotta pay my respects. So like I said, rest in peace to Luke Perry. You know, I hope that his family is, you know, I hope that they're okay, and I know it's a rough time for them. So just want to put that out there. So something that's not so kind of down. Did you hear about this shit? So Kylie Jenner is officially a billionaire. Kylie Jenner is officially a billionaire. Wow. Whether you like it or not, she is a billionaire. They're toting it as here's where I kind of have a problem with it. Is that everybody's toting it as like she's the youngest self-made billionaire.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to take that part out.
Yes.
Like, you can call her the youngest billionaire. Like, she did earn that. I'm not trying to take nothing away from Kylie Jenner as far as that goes. Like, she did that shit. Okay, she made a company.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she made a company. Mm-hmm. She owns that's the other thing. This is why she's so rich off of this. So if anybody's wondering why she is so rich off of this fucking cosmetics line, is because she owns 100% of it. Mm-hmm. She doesn't share any of it with anybody.
Well, that's good.
Not even her own damn family. This is completely Kylie Jenner from top to bottom. So that means that every single dollar that comes in is hers. Mm-hmm. She don't split it with nobody. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why she's able to be worth $1 billion. Mm-hmm. So now the self-made part, I'm gonna call bullshit. I mean, she is part of the Kardashian family. What'd you say?
I said her sister kind of put that on, like, with money, stuff like that. So.
Well, her family in general. Yeah, all her family got money. Right. All of them got endeavors and money and all that other stuff. Right. All they did was pass the torch down, which I found very interesting. See, this is what I'm gonna say about, like, regardless of how you feel about the Kardashians, they're very savvy. They're very business savvy. Yeah. And they know how to make money. And they know how to get that money. So let's just be real. I mean, whether you hate them or not, the proof is in the pudding. Right. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Right. And the numbers say that Kylie Jenner is the youngest billionaire ever, like in history. So shout outs to them. You know, I mean, who knew that you could take a sex tape and build an empire?
I know, right?
I'm just saying. So, you know, that's but that's dope though if you think about it. I mean, the power of the pussy. Right. That's what it really boils down to. It's the power of the pussy. Yeah, man. You took a sex tape and turned it into a whole fucking empire / dynasty. Like, now apparently they copywritten, or they I forgot what they call it, but basically they have copywritten their children's names, like Kanye's kids and Chloe's kid, and then I think Kylie Jenner, they copywritten like whatever their daughter's name, so something world, because you know Travis Scott, she's with Travis Scott, right. And if y'all don't know, Travis Scott is a rapper. He has a song out that's really huge. Well, one of his major songs that's out right now is called Sicko Mode, and so he has an album called Astro World, and then their daughter just had a birthday, her first birthday, and they made the whole theme like a carnival theme, and whatever her name is, I don't remember what her child name is because it ain't my damn kid. But it was like, let's just say her name was Sophie, so it's like Sophie World. That's what they call it. So they copywrote that, so that basically now they can use their names, because apparently what they're going to start doing is putting their names onto products to sell products. Now the reason why they're doing that is so that the kids can start gaining some money.
Yeah,
like
it's like DJ Khaled.
Right. So I honestly feel like it's smart as fuck. I feel like that's a dope way to go about it. I know a lot of people gonna look at it and be like, oh, you're using your kids to make money and blah, blah, blah. It's like, not really. I feel like they're setting their kids up for success. Exactly. Because my thing is, if you're in a position like that where you're rich and you got businesses and you're doing your thing, obviously the next thing you want to do is pass that down to your kids and make sure that your kids are taken care of. Right. But what better way to do that than to just put them into the business. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, give them businesses, put their name on stuff. Right. You know what I mean? It's not like you giving them a trust fund. Trust fund you don't have to really work for. Yeah. But if you create a business and a company for them, and you kind of like foster it until they're able to, and then they can take over, and then their name's already on it, so they own it. Right. I feel like that's fucking smart. That's rich people shit. Yeah. that's what you do when you want to set up your kids for success. So, rich people shit, I'm down with it. Now, speaking of people who are not rich, we talking about the government shutdown. So all the government employees.
Again?
No, it didn't shut down again. But what I found hilarious though is I found this article talking about how the government shutdown affected like porn viewing.
Oh my god.
Right. It says, what do you do when you ain't got shit else to do? You ain't got to go to work today. So what, you just gonna spend time at home jerking your dick or flicking your bean? You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
No bullshit. So let me tell you. So PornHub. This is all done by PornHub. So they said that 2019 was crazy, but then they said that they chose a sample of days from January 7th to January 11th. That's not even a lot of days. But they was trying to figure out if people were watching porn, more because of the shutdown. Right. And turns out they were.
Wow.
They absolutely were. So actually what's funny is they was looking specifically in Washington, D.C.
Of course.
Right, because that's where like most of the government workers live. Right. So they said that the visits to PornHub, now this is all just PornHub. We're not talking about any other porn site. But PornHub we know is like the biggest one. Right. And so they said that the visits were up as much as 12%. Wow. And the biggest bumps in viewership were between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Oh shit. That's jack off hours, all right? If you ain't fucking, those are jack off hours, okay?
Wow. That's crazy.
So yes, from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's the height of the situation. Now they even went. Now PornHub, I swear PornHub is like. They remind me of like an Amazon, but like in the porn world, like
oh my god, that's so crazy.
They're very professional, like so to speak, and so they went the extra mile, and so they went to figure out what topics. Now this is just in Washington D.C. people, like this is just what they're talking about, like in the area of Washington. Right. So they said that they figured out what topics that Washington wanted to jump on, or what the topics that got the most rankings. Here are the topics. This is in Washington, D.C. during the shutdown. So outdoor was up 70%, or it was up to 71%. Threesomes, old/young, which why that was huge in Washington, because all the politicians there are old white men, right? And all they want to do is fuck young white women, like. Right. So it's like, well, they probably could, I'm sorry, women of color too. I'm sure they want to fuck, but typically, let's just be real. Right. So other one. Now this one got me, but again, I'm thinking old white politician type dudes, small tits. That's literally one of the categories that rose in popularity. Oh, squirt, solo female, cuckold, and trans. So those are all the. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, bruh, come on now. Wow. Politicians and all of them, they all into that shit. They don't let them fool you. Yeah, that shit, honestly, that didn't even surprise me when I read that. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, I was like, yeah, of course. Like, that doesn't surprise me. We see that shit all the time.
That's true.
How many times have we seen a politician getting locked up because they picked up some, trans woman prostitute or something like that?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's a common thing. Like, I don't understand. I don't know why it's that way. Yeah. I don't know why it's like government officials and business, like big business officials are really into that. It's neither here nor there. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that it seems like in those circles of people, that's like a major thing. So there you go. Now, basically, they didn't know how to do, and then on top of that, there was a polar vortex that happened. So now everybody's frozen in. So then they took it even further. It's talking about, well, what do you do when you locked in the house on a snow day and you ain't got shit else to do? Well, I guess you're gonna be beating your dick or flicking your bean. Like, so here's what's interesting. They said that Michigan was the only state that saw a decrease in traffic. Michigan saw a decrease in traffic. I feel like Michigan would be the coldest state.
Yes.
What else are y'all doing?
Right.
What else are y'all doing out there? Like, I don't understand. Like, nobody needed to go outside. Like, I don't know what y'all was doing in Michigan. They got Detroit. in Michigan, so I don't know. Maybe they was trying to like walk the freestyle battles and like be like Eminem. I don't know. So Michigan just wasn't having it. So. So this is where they broke it down by state to see the increase of how the traffic towards Pornhub.
Right.
Now, besides Michigan, because we know Michigan had a decrease, they said Minnesota was up 22%, and it goes all the way down to South Dakota. South Dakota was up to 2%. So it ranges all the way from 22% all the way down to 2%. Now Illinois, you know, we from Chicago, so I had to look at this.
Right.
So Illinois went up 9% with their viewings, and so basically they said, so the biggest spikes for viewership were in the middle of the day. So this is a different section. We're not talking about Washington D.C. no more. We're talking about the places where the polar vortex happened, like all of the Midwest area. They said that the most spikes, the viewership was in the middle of the day, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You want to know why? Because those are lunch hours.
Right. Right.
Because you know people be fucking on their lunch hours,
right.
And if they can't find somebody to fuck, they just gonna masturbate instead. So there you go, people. You know what I find very funny about the whole like. I read statistics like that, right? And it makes me think to myself, I don't understand why America tries to act so fucking like pious about shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, why did we freak out over the Janet Jackson nipple slip? You know what I'm saying? Like, when shit like that happens,
I know, right?
When shit like that happens, America goes all fucking nuts, as if we haven't seen a titty before.
Right.
But yet here you are. We sitting here looking at the statistics. All of y'all niggas is watching porn. Everybody's watching porn.
Right.
Everybody's fucking and everybody's watching porn. So why is it that when some nudity happens in a public forum in America, why do we act like we're this big Christian nation and we don't use sex for pleasure. It's only for childbearing. Right. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. Right. You ain't fooling no fucking body. Motherfucker, you was out here watching porn, jacking off in your office during lunch just like everybody else was. You ain't fooling nobody, bro. I saw the sticky shit dripping off your hand, all right? It wasn't soap.
Well.
I'm just being honest. Like, I just find it very hilarious how, like, we can see the numbers. We can see the statistics that America watches and loves porn.
Right.
They love watching porn. We love sex. Everybody does.
Right.
But why is it that whenever some nudity happens in a public forum, we go, like, I just can't believe. Like, bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like, nobody believes you. No, because the one that and see, it's funny because the loudest ones is probably the ones that's doing the most bullshit.
Right.
They probably fucking everybody. It's like, bitch, didn't you just come from a 50-man orgy? Oh, never mind. Let me back up. We not gonna go there. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Right. I'm gonna get off that. But just know, in case you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now. Next time you go to work, look at your employees. Ask your employees, like, when you with your friends at work, ask them what they doing for lunch. See what they say. If they just say something like, man, I'm gonna just chill, man, I brought my lunch, they're watching porn and jacking off during their lunch hour. I just told you the secret. You're welcome. Hashtag you're welcome. So that dude, so you know that's the song from Moana, which is voiced by The Rock. Can somebody please tell me how The Rock is so perfect?
Oh my God.
How is this nigga so perfect, bro?
Right.
Like, everything about The Rock is perfect. Dude. Like, he's so nice. Like, he's got everything going for him. He's super nice. He's humble.
Right.
Like, he can fuck any girl in the world and dudes if he wanted to. Right. Like, I'm sure he could fuck some dudes if they would let him. Right. But I mean, I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't trust this nigga no more, bro. He's too perfect. I don't trust him. There is some dirt out there on this nigga. Like, there has got to be something wrong with this nigga. He is not real, bro. He's not human. He is built in a lab. I'm saying this because I love The Rock. Like, I say that because he seems like such a dope person, but I don't understand how he is so fucking perfect.
Right.
Like, somebody needs to get some dirt on him. Like, you ain't got no side bitches. Man. You ain't got no illegitimate children in Thailand. You ain't got what? You ain't doing drugs, like nothing. He does nothing wrong. Right. How are you perfect?
Right.
Like, is this the second coming of Jesus? I need to know, because we need to find out because I just don't believe. I feel like anytime somebody is squeaky clean like that, I feel like there's something more going on.
Right.
You saw what happened to Pee Wee Herman. We caught that nigga jacking off in an adult theater.
Right? Right?
And he was teaching your kids how to make eggs unnecessarily with a fucking big ass fucking event thing that dropped the ball here and then touch the little Tweedledee and Tweedledum and then the fucking bird would come down and fucking crack the egg for you, then drop it into the skip.
Right.
It took you an hour to make one scrambled egg, my nigga.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't like that shit. I'm just saying, I feel like there's something up with The Rock and we just haven't figured it out. So I'm starting a new hashtag. We need to get dirt on Dwayne. Hashtag dirt on Dwayne. I'm starting it because we need to find out. I know he got to have some side bitches. He got to have some side bitches or something. Some children overseas in a third world country. I don't know.
Never find out.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, the internet is so quick to like research somebody and figure out shit. Like, they be doing the most. So, y'all can agree with me, disagree.
So hard, dude.
I mean, he got his shit on. He got his shit locked down pretty pretty tight. Right. Tight is what I meant to say. I'm just saying, like, y'all don't feel me on that. I'm just saying, I feel like he's way too fucking perfect. He's way too perfect. Man. So, hashtag dirt on Dwayne. So if y'all got a friend that's a hoe and she slept with him when he came into town, let me know. I'd like to know. I'd really like to know about that. Wow. And if she has video, I'd like to see it. So.
Oh my God.
I told you we like porn in America, okay? I wasn't just talking about everybody else. So, you know, speaking of porn and things like that, so I noticed that Tinder is a big thing now. So, again. Still? Well, yeah, Tinder is still a thing. So it's crazy though. So this one dude, so I found out I was on the internet, scouring the internet, and I found out there's this dude from Tinder. He defrauded women for like millions of dollars, right? Now listen to this story. What's crazy about it is that he posed as the son of a multimillionaire. Okay? So that means that he should have money. Right? Somehow, this dude would take these girls out on dates. And so let's see, he defrauded women in Norway, Finland, and Sweden. And this is how he got them. He fooled the women by inviting them to luxury hotels, fancy dinners, and private jets. And they said that he was able at that point to smooth talk the women into convincing them to support his financial favors and promise that he would pay them back. Wow. And the women did it. What? How?
That's crazy, man. It's like
I want to know, like, for real, like, the man is rich. If a dude tells you he's got means and he's the son of a multimillionaire, and then you go out on a date and he says, you know what, girl, can you front me the money and I'm gonna pay you back? In what world?
Right?
What multimillionaire dude that got money in his pocket, money in the bank, would ask someone else to front them some money on a date, right, and that they would pay them back? Like, right. So I feel like every woman who fell into this, I'm sorry, but you're dumb. Right? You're an idiot.
Look at the places where he was.
You said what?
I said, look at the places where he was.
I'm just saying, right, exactly. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My thing is, it's a concept. Right. The concept is simply this. This man made you think that he was rich. Right. This man made you think that he had means, like he could afford these things. So how is it that you gonna show up to the shit and then the dude's gonna turn around and be like, girl, you know what? I'm really feeling you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But like, could you go ahead and just go ahead and pay for this check and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get you back like on the 15th. What? You ain't rich. Rich people don't talk like that. No. Rich people don't have that problem.
I got this.
Right. I've never seen that. So I don't, honestly, I do not feel bad for the women. Yeah. I don't, because you got taken, and rightfully so. Right. If you gonna let him hustle you like that when he told you he had money?
Common sense, man.
Thank you. Can you say that one more time for people in the back?
Common sense, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So this is what, but this dude, I gotta admit though, this dude went all out to make sure that I'm talking about for his image. Yeah. For his image. He went all out. So this dude is like a legitimate con artist, right? They said he went as far as to have fake bodyguards and business partners. Wow. They said that he was wanted. This nigga been wanted since 2011. for committing theft and fraud. Whoa, go figure. They said that he allegedly stole a check from a family that he was when he was babysitting their child, and then he pretended to be a handyman and stole from the people that he was working for.
Wow.
This dude is like your
That's why I don't
typical
let people in my house, man.
right, like he's just your typical run-of-the-mill like con artist, but he was good, obviously.
Yeah, really
Either
good.
that or he was just dealing with really stupid people. I'm gonna go with a little mix of both.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to take a little sippy sip there. Oh, so the money that he took, they said that he then used the money from those incidences, or I'm sorry, I can't talk. So from those incidents,
Right.
to buy a pilot's license and a car. And then when he was taking the pilot's license, he stole from a student by lying about a business deal he had and asked the student to help him invest in it.
Wow.
This dude is good.
Right?
He just talks to anybody. I ain't never met nobody in my life besides people begging on the side of the freeway that could just ask you for money for a business deal and people be like, okay. Like, what?
I would never fall for shit like
He
that.
just asked. That's all he would do. He would just ask. And so now he's currently on the run. And they said after some of his close friends, they were busted in a massive smuggling ring. And an employee mysteriously plummeted to her death from a high rise.
Mysteriously.
Yeah, mysteriously. It's not a mystery. It's called gravity.
Right.
It took over. It was like, hello, I'm here. I'm a thing.
Somebody threw that bitch off.
Threw that bit, or she jumped.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to get caught. Because you know how people do that.
Oh yeah. I don't want to get caught.
That's what they did in the Great Depression and shit.
Right.
The Great Depression, a lot of those rich people that lost all their money would just jump from the fucking windows of their buildings and just
sucks.
ended it. Because you know, money's everything. So
Now you're dead.
now you dead. Now you ain't got no money. Now everybody else has got your money.
Right.
The people that you probably don't even like.
Right.
So there's that. But when speaking of money, so I have to say Starbucks. So I know I got some Starbucks drinkers out there.
Starbucks.
So what'd you say?
I said Starbucks.
Personally, I prefer Dutch Bros. So
Yeah, me too.
that's just me. Dutch Bros. I need a sponsorship from y'all, by the way. Because I will drink from there every single fucking day.
Yeah.
Over Starbucks. So Starbucks, all my Starbucks drinkers out there, they launched a new drink with Ariana Grande. So, what does that mean? Like, Kevin looked so confused. He was like, okay. Like, so the drink is called the Cloud Macchiato. And it mixes the classic macchiato with cold foam, which Starbucks describes as a quote-unquote an airy microfoam, frothed cold and blended until smooth, creating layers of creamy texture and flavor without the cream.
That's way too much fucking work.
That is a lot of work, because if you go in there and ask them to make an iced coffee, they look at you like you just asked them to fly to the moon. Like, I seriously have done this. I'm not bullshitting y'all. Like, y'all, you see how complicated that sounds?
Yeah.
Like, that sounds very complicated, right?
Right.
Why is Starbucks so good at making these complicated ass drinks? But you go in there and say, I just want a basic iced coffee that's sweetened, and they go, well, what do you mean? The fuck you mean?
Yeah.
What do I mean, bitch? I
want
said
a
an
fucking
iced
iced coffee sweet.
a coffee that's iced, that's sweetened, that usually requires some kind of sugar and cream.
Right.
Bitch, you don't need a scientist to figure this shit out.
Right.
But for some odd reason, the most complicated drink in the world, they can do no problem. You ask them for an iced coffee, everybody in the fucking building stops and looks at you.
Right.
Like, what? It's like a record scratch. Like,
Right.
this nigga asked for something normal. Like,
Yeah, that's what the fuck I want. Like,
right, like imagine that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with Ariana Grande, though.
yeah, me neither.
Now, on the flip side of that, I will say this. Shout outs to you, Ariana Grande, for getting a deal with Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get your money.
Yeah.
What I don't understand, oh, and by the way, this is a permanent drink. This is not like a special edition drink.
Oh, okay.
It's not like that unicorn bullshit they came out with.
The uniform.
Yeah, the unicorn frappuccino?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. It's not a temporary thing. This is like a permanent drink that's going to be on the menu. So I don't know what Ariana's deal is, like contract deal is wise with that. I don't know how long she going to cake up off of that, but hey, I'm cool with it.
Get that money, man.
Get your money. That's all I got to say. So I don't know if you saw this. So young people of the world, they got all this technology now, very smart. I don't care what nobody tells you. I know a lot of people are always crying about, oh, millennials and all this other, everybody's so lazy and all these other kids, they don't know shit about nothing. It's like, actually, I will say these kids are smart as fuck. Yeah, these kids are smart as fuck nowadays. And they really be out here making shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really be out here doing what they gotta do. And they're just really fucking smart. You gotta understand, they grew up with computers from day one.
Right.
So it's like they already have an idea, and the whole world has transferred everything into a computer,
right.
or they got to use some kind of like computer to access it.
Right.
So you got these kids that's been using computers since basically they were like 2 years old.
Right.
So it just, it makes them very smart. So there's a 12-year-old who built a nuclear reactor. I'm gonna say that one more time. A 12-year-old, he built a nuclear reactor.
Wow.
Now, this is what I find very interesting. I wouldn't even know where to start with that shit.
Right.
It's a fucking 12-year-old. They said the machine was built from customized vacuums, pumps, and chambers. He bought this shit all on eBay, bro.
Wow.
All on eBay. Now, my next question is this, because I was reading this article and they said that, how much you think that shit costs?
$1 million?
No, not that much. No, not that much. But it costs $10,000. What the fuck do your parents do, bruh? Right. I want to know that they can give you $10,000 to work on a little project.
Right.
With parts that you bought off of eBay. My thing is, they ain't questioning this shit. Like, why do you need $10,000? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
I don't know. So the thing is, apparently, there was a record for the youngest successful mastermind behind another nuclear reactor. So the last record was 14. So this 12. Kid beat that age by 12 years, or I'm sorry, by 2 years. And so yeah, this kid built a nuclear reactor, and now here was the problem. There were some flaws in the process because his reactor, and what they're saying is that other reactors that people have built had the same fucking problem. But basically is that the energy is so intensive that it uses more power than it produces. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I can produce unlimited amount of power with a nuclear reactor, because that's essentially what it does. It just creates this unlimited amount of power, but it's sucking up more power than it puts out. So it's kind of like, well, that's useless.
Yeah.
But this is what the kid said. The kid said that because of that, he said, this is why I'm not a billionaire. And he's right. That's exactly why he's not a billionaire. Because at the end of the day, your shit gotta work, and it can't be sucking up more power than what it uses. I mean, that's just neither here nor there. Oh my God, speaking of kids, and I almost forgot to say this. I gotta talk to y'all about this real quick, and I don't know. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like it's my duty as a parent to put this message out there and to try to help other people, because I have talked to people in person, like throughout my life, like just as I was going out and about when I found out about this, and there was people who still didn't know about it. You probably know about it by now, but if you don't, there is this thing on YouTube that's going on right now. This character called Momo, and if you go Google the shit, it's this scary looking woman looking thing. It honestly looks like some shit out of a Tim Burton movie. Like, it really does though. Like, it really looks like some shit out of a Tim Burton movie. But anyways, there's this character called Momo, but then there's also another guy. There's a guy as well. And what they're doing is they are taking videos on YouTube and YouTube Kids, which is supposed to be safe. Right? It's supposed to only be kids videos, things that kids are able to see. Somehow these people have like hacked into YouTube or something, and they've altered the video so that you be watching the video that you normally would watch, and then all of a sudden it would just cut out, and then it would be a totally different video. And it will be this Momo character, or it will be this guy, and they will be telling them how to harm themselves in various ways, whether it be via suicide. It was teaching them how to slit their wrist. It's really bad stuff.
Wow.
And the reason why I had to bring this up is because it hit home for me, because I have children, and my youngest, I once I kept hearing about this, I'm not gonna bullshit, when I saw it, I thought it was like the internet just like making up some shit, right? I didn't think it was real.
Right.
But the more I kept seeing it, I kept seeing more and more and more people post about it. And so I was like, maybe I should look into this and see what's up. So I asked my kids. I just straight up asked them. I have good communication with my kids. So I asked them, I said, have you seen anything weird on Facebook? Like when you're watching a video, have you seen something change and then it turn into a different video? So I asked my oldest, he said no. I asked my youngest, he said yeah. And I was like, now mind you people, I have not told him what it is that I'm asking him. I never told him why I'm asking him this question. Right. So I asked him, he said, yeah, I have. And I said, well, interesting. I said, well, what did you see? And he said that he saw a guy telling him how to like jump off a bridge, jump off of buildings. And it was supposed to be something like a blue shark fin challenge or some kind of challenge, quote unquote, that it was basically teaching kids how to fuck themselves up. Right. And so now I'm pissed. Yeah. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, here's my thing. You got to be an evil motherfucker to be out here trying to coerce young people to harm themselves. That's not doing any, like, my thing is why would you even do that? Who wakes up and says that this is what I'm going to do today? Right. Like, you got to be a miserable, angry, something's wrong with you. Yeah. Something is deeply fucking wrong with you. Wrong with you. And those are the type of motherfuckers that we need to shut the fuck down. Like whoever this dude is that's doing this, because like I said, the Momo character is more like a made up kind of thing. And it could even be written off as like an urban legend. But there is a guy that's an actual human being that has videos showing kids how to do this. Like when he's telling them to slit their wrists, he's even being descriptive like, oh, don't go left or right. You want to go up and down. Right. Like that's the way you want to do it. Like what kind of shit? Bruh, when I found that shit out, I almost lost my fucking shit. So if you're on YouTube or your kids watch a lot of YouTube or something like that, I just want to tell y'all, talk to your kids, man. Ask them what's going on. Ask them if they've seen some crazy ass shit like that. And please have a conversation with your kids. Yes. The reason why I'm saying this is because my thing is, like I said at the beginning of this, I feel like it's my duty as a parent to inform other parents and just to inform people in general to get the word out. I have a platform where I could speak to things like that.
We need to shut this dude down, man.
We need to shut it all down. Now, I know that there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something else coming down the pike. I get that. But right now, this is the battle. So we need to shut that shit down and we need to figure it out and get it taken care of. Now, moving on to nicer pastures. So I don't know if y'all remember this, but like a couple episodes, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before it, I talked about this new flavor by Coke. So there's a new flavor by Coke that they came out with on the 25th of February. It's called Orange Vanilla Coke. It's supposed to be basically like a orange creamsicle. So what did I do? I went and bought a can because I told y'all I was going to try this shit. But I'm going to do it right here live on the show. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this bitch open. Y'all hear that, so y'all know it's real. You know what I'm saying?
You know it's real.
Well, you know, because we ain't doing videos yet. So, you know, people can't actually see us. But you can hear that, so you already know what's going down. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let Cosign Kale go ahead and take a sip. Go ahead and get you a little sippy sip of that.
Sippy sip.
And while you doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take another sippy sip of something else. Which is undisclosed. G14 classified information. Interesting, right? Now, hold on. I haven't tried it yet. Now, I'm about to take my sip. Hold on. You ain't put your mouth on it, did you?
No.
Look, I had to check, okay? We ain't kissing cousins up in here. Let me see. Interesting. Okay.
I really don't taste the orange flavor of the vanilla.
I do. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like, and I can't remember the name brand, but it's a name brand of chocolate. It's like those chocolate oranges you can buy, where it's kind of, it looks like an orange and it's packaged like an orange, but it's fully made out of chocolate. Right. And you can you literally have to crack it, and you can eat it in slices, and it's orange flavored chocolate. That's what that tastes like. No bullshit. I know it says vanilla, but that's what it makes my brain think of when I try that. It's not bad, but it's not. I mean, it's not something that I'm gonna be like, yo, let me get that orange vanilla Coke. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like this is something that I would drink again. I'd much rather drink some cherry Coke Zero and be done with it. So, I don't know. I feel like Coke, you could have did something better. You could have did something better. I mean, all the years, like I said, they haven't come out with a new flavor in like a decade.
Right.
And that's what you came up with?
Right.
Like, that's the best y'all can do for 10 years?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So I'm not against it. It's not nasty, but it's not necessarily, it's not that it's bad, but it's not necessarily that it's...
The aftertaste.
You think it has an aftertaste? Hold on, let me take one more sip. I think the aftertaste that you're getting is, well, for me, the aftertaste is all the vanilla.
Yeah.
I taste more of the vanilla on the back end than the front end. I taste more of the orange going in, and then the vanilla I taste on the back end. So, hey, it's up to y'all. Y'all can listen to me, y'all don't. I mean, y'all, just, nobody listens to me mostly anyway. So, it's not bad. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. I would say definitely try it for yourself.
My preferable that I would get all the time. So.
You said what?
I said it's not something that I would get all the time.
No, but you know what I think they could do with this, and I think it's kind of smart, and maybe this is what they're thinking, is that we're going into the springtime, we're going into the summertime. Yeah. I think what's gonna happen with this is gonna be really good for like floats. Yeah. Like root beer floats and things like that. I feel like if they use that instead of regular Coke, that's where it's gonna shine. Right. So excuse me. Y'all know Coke make you gassy, so I had to burp a little bit real quick. So excuse me. Excuse. So I feel like that's where this Coke orange flavor shit will shine. I feel like it's gonna be a great mixer for stuff like that. But I feel like just drinking it by itself, I could be without it. It's not that big of a deal. They came out with the last Madea movie. Thank God. No, I'm happy about this. I'm really happy about this.
This should have came out with it in the first place.
I never liked Madea.
Me neither.
Never liked Madea. I never liked the character. I never liked the movies. I never watched them. I just was not interested in it because I just felt like, I don't know really how to describe. I just feel like it just kind of plays into a lot of the black stereotypes. Yeah. That's what my issue is with Madea. I feel like it plays a lot into the black stereotypes. Yeah. And here you are putting that shit out there to the masses. So you're helping them look at us like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, we not all like that. Whether you like it or not, we not all like that. Right. And so, which brings me to my caveat, which is Jordan Peele. So Jordan Peele from Key and Peele, he's coming out with a new movie called Us. Oh, now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you
haven't seen the trailer, go see it.
If you haven't seen the trailer, I'm gonna warn you, it's a horror movie, and it's like a legit horror movie. Yes. From what I'm looking at, it's a legit. This nigga is a genius, bro. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Jordan Peele, he somehow made "I Got 5 on It" into a scary song. Right. How the fuck do you do that?
I can't even listen to that song like...
Right, like now you gonna listen to that song and get freaked out. Exactly. But that's the genius of Jordan Peele. This is what I like about Jordan Peele. Like, I feel like this movie, Us, if you're really, really deathly afraid of scary movies, don't watch this movie because it looks like it's gonna fuck you up. Yes. Now, one thing that I really like about it is the concept. The concept in itself is basically based off this family. It's a black family. They're just, living their lives on vacation or whatever. They're just living their lives. They're getting haunted by themselves. Think about that for a second. Yeah. They're getting haunted by themselves. Right. They look like them. They said they think like them. They know exactly what moves they're gonna make. Because basically, what in the movie they're trying to escape this other family, which is them. Right. And so there's one of the fucking dopest parts of that trailer that gave me the chills is like they were standing in their driveway and they were looking out the window and all they saw was shadows of people standing there. And so of course the dad goes outside and he's like, "Who are y'all? Like, what the fuck y'all doing here?" Trying to right. He's got his bad like, "I'm just finna fuck y'all up." Right. And so as they come into the light, they said, "What the hell? Like, who are they?" Mm-hmm. And one of the little boy, he said, "It's us." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Right. That shit sent chills down my fucking back, bro. Dude. Like, I'm gonna sit here and say it like, Jordan Peele, you ain't even gotta pay me for this. I'm just gonna tell y'all, like, I want to see that shit, but I kind of don't.
I read that he has like more movies like this lined up.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I feel like Jordan Peele is gonna be the next like horror movie go-to guy. Right. I feel like he is, which is so weird because if you think about where he came from, he came from the comedy world. So now it makes me wonder a little bit if this was the lane that he actually wanted to go into. Right. But he went ahead and started doing comedy as a way to kind of go in through the back door. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we all, like, a lot of people saw Get Out.
Right.
And that won Academy Awards and everything, so it's critically acclaimed. So obviously, now, personally, I still haven't seen Get Out.
Yeah, me neither.
I need to see it.
Me too.
I know I need to see it.
Yeah.
But from everything that I heard about it, excuse me, the coke been acting up. So with everything that I've seen and heard, I feel like he is gonna be that dude. And I say that and I'm calling him a genius. Now here's the other big thing that I really want to explain to y'all real quick. I love how Jordan Peele is normalizing the black family and black people in movies and in Hollywood.
Right.
Because here's my thing, when you watch the trailer for Us, you see a normal fucking family.
Right.
And if I don't know about y'all, but over the years, I've noticed that white movies versus black movies are so different. Any movie that has a majority black people as the cast, or, you know, it's an all black cast, the whole movie or TV show is always based on the fact that, hey, look, we're black.
Right.
We know, like, we can look at you and see that. Can we get past that part? Like, I get it. It's great. It's a great milestone that we can now have a majority all black cast or people of color, or a complete all black cast or people of color cast, and nobody really bats that much of an eye at it. Obviously, you're gonna have those few that are just gonna forever hate. Okay, fine. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about normal people that won't just like bat their eye at it or get all in a tizzy. But here's my thing: can we get past the part where it's like, whoa, look at all those black people in a movie? Like, stop stereotyping us. And that's why I don't like the Madea movies, because that's what the Madea's movies do.
Exactly.
But I fuck with Jordan Peele's movie because he normalizes the black family. When you watch that trailer, like if you watch the original, like the actual 2.5 minute trailer, the first thing that you see is a black family in a car just listening to music. It's like, why can't we make movies just like white people make movies? Or what, like a majority all white cast? You notice that they're just having fun, enjoying their lives, like the family is okay, like there's no rift and all that. Like, they're just normal fucking people. And that's exactly what he does in this movie. Like, but I like how he also injects the black culture in there, because honestly, let's be real. If a black family of 4 is driving down the street in a car, we're most likely going to be listening to I Got 5 on it. We're not going to be listening to like Taylor Swift or Miley Cyrus or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be listening to that kind of shit because, again, that's part of our culture. So I like how he represents our culture, but he doesn't try to stereotype the culture. He's like, look, this is how we will be riding. But at the same time, there's a mom and a dad who are together. They're not ghetto, quote unquote. They not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they have problems. They're not on drugs. Like, their kids are stable and they go to school and they get good grades. Like, they're just a normal, everyday fucking family, just like what we see in every white movie that we see all the time. But for some odd reason, when it comes to like black movies or people of color, it's always got to focus on the fact that, wow, we're colored. Yeah, I said the C word. Like, because that's what I feel like it's doing. It's like, oh, we're colored. Look at us. Like, nigga, we know. Like, can we get on with the story, though? Because you know what? At the end of the day, black families do the same shit like white families. We love our kids. We do goofy shit with our kids. We do Superman flies to the bedroom, you know, put him in the bed and things like that. We do that shit, too. We ain't all in the hood, and we ain't all dealing drugs, and we ain't all like doing ghetto ass shit all the time. Like, and again, that doesn't mean that I'm knocking any of that, because honestly, hood culture is dope, and I feel like that's misrepresented. I feel like a lot of times people look at the hood or the ghetto and they think like, oh, it's always bad and this is always negative and things like that. And it's like, no. There's plenty of things like that's dope about the hood. I enjoy going back to, you know, where I'm from in Chicago and going to visit the hood. I feel safe
when I'm in the It's like,
right, he said he feels safe.
I do, like, seriously.
I ain't all right. I ain't around all these crackers. Like, that's what he said. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. But I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but just try to see it from my angle and my point of view. I'm just saying that I appreciate people like Jordan Peele, who has a platform to be able to speak that kind of message and put it out there to the masses, because what he also does is not only does he do that, but he doesn't even target, like, he doesn't specifically target his movie towards the black market. And I feel like that's the next thing that's the problem, is that even when they do have an all black cast or a people of color cast or something like that, they always try to gear it towards just that group of people. And it's like, why?
That's what the Black Panther did for majority of people.
Can I say something about Black Panther that I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off with real quick? I don't think Black Panther was that dope. I'm gonna say it. Now, I said it. I'm a black man in America. I saw Black Panther. I was like ready for it. And honestly, it was another Marvel movie. Like, to me, it wasn't that fucking significant. Like, it wasn't that standout that it just was like, whoa, blew my fucking mind. Like, honestly, it's on Netflix. Ask me how many times I watched it.
No.
0. I have not seen it since somebody took me to the movie theater to see it. Like, and again, it's not because I'm hating, but I just feel like I'm just gonna be super honest and say this: the hype that's around Black Panther is way too much. I'm gonna say it, and I know, Kevin, you probably disagreeing with me because I know you love Black Panther.
No, I'm one of those fans that I critique that shit. I know. If it's not right from the comics, I know. I don't know.
But here's my thing. I just feel like as a movie in itself, it wasn't something that was oh so significant and groundbreaking that it needed all the hype and attention that it got.
That was the problem, yeah.
But I will say this. Besides that, I feel like it did great for opening up the doors to be able to present a superhero that's a person of color to the masses. Yeah. That I'm cool with. Right. Because it did break the mold. Right. Once they saw that shit, they were like, wow, people do actually like to see people of color in movies. Well, yeah. Right. Like, like, what the fuck? Right. Like, come on now. Like, of course. Like, just people. At the end of the fucking day, we're just people. Now, I'm not erasing anything. Don't even start with me on that bullshit. But that's how I stand on that. No, so back to Jordan Peele, I feel like he is using his platform to be able to normalize those situations to people, and also he doesn't gear it towards just a certain type of people, which I think is super cool. And then he makes it so dope and so intriguing that no matter how you feel about black people, no matter how you feel about the cast, like, you're not even paying attention to that anymore. Right. You're not paying attention to the fact that the cast is all black. You're not paying attention to it's like majority black or whatever. Right. All you're paying attention to is a story. Right. Because he makes the story so intriguing and so interesting that you can't help but say, I want to go see this. Yeah. I don't care who you are. It's intriguing as fuck to watch, and you're just like, yo, I want to go see this because it's a dope movie. It looks like it's just going to be a dope movie.
This movie's going to freak me the fuck out. And that's
I'm going to go see it, and I'm going to scream like a bitch in the theater, okay? So if y'all want to see that shit with
me,
exactly
what
let me know. I ain't going to scream like no bitch. I'm going to scream like a man. So, one of the things, so I found it. So March is Women's History Month. Right. So this is an idea that I've been throwing around. But I feel like it's definitely a good start to introduce it within this month. Mm-hmm. So what I want to start doing is I want to have like a female, like a woman-oriented show, like at least once every month, to just kind of give like the female perspective to things. Because I'm not gonna sit here and try to mansplain y'all all day long. Like, I'm not, because I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything, and I'm smart enough to know that men don't know everything. Right. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yeah. So my thing is what better way to do that than to invite some female guests onto the show. For an episode every like I said, goal is once a month, have somebody on, a woman that can bring a woman perspective, and we will talk about like women's issues and things like that, the things that relate to women. Right. No, it's not gonna be like a PSA, like boo-hoo, women all like everybody shitting on women. It's not gonna be like that. It's still gonna be the show that y'all used to. Right. Still gonna be fun and entertaining. We still gonna clown and crack jokes, but we're gonna have that female perspective on shit. Right. So I'm excited about this. Yeah. I'm really excited about this, and I feel like the best way to launch it is within Women's History Month. Yeah. So,
sounds about right. That's good.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. And so, that's where I'm at with that. So, dude, I was watching TV the other day, and I saw this commercial. So they have this new game called Connect 4 Shots.
What?
Connect 4 Shots. That's what it's called. Basically, this is what it is. It's so they set up the Connect 4 game across a table. You get colored, but you get two different colored balls, whether it be red or blue, green or yellow, whatever it is. Right. And guess what your goal is to shoot the ball across the table into the fucking Connect 4 game, and you're trying to still Connect 4. You're trying to make it go in a specific hole. bruh, they ain't doing nothing but teaching kids how to play beer pong.
I know, right?
That's all that is. I was like,
oh my god.
I saw that shit and I was like, so we're teaching kids how to play beer pong before they get to college now?
Right?
Like, that's what it is. That's all this is. Because what is a kid gonna do now if they grew up playing Connect Four shots and then they go to college and somebody braces out a beer pong table? They're gonna be like, oh, this is like Connect Four shots. I play this game all the fucking time.
Right?
So you, look, y'all gonna have some competition. Right? I know there's some people out there that know how to really play beer pong, but hey, this new generation is coming up. You said you know how to play?
Yeah.
I'm trash, bro. I don't fucking trust. I think it's that somebody be fucking with my balls, man. That's a weird thing to say. Whoops, I just realized what I said. Like, you ever say some shit and then you realize that after the fact that you just said that shit and you like, ooh, that came out really crazy.
Right.
So, I'm gonna lock this up, man. I'm gonna stop fucking with y'all. Look, I appreciate every single person who listens. I appreciate every single person who has talked to me, giving me feedback, who has listened and given support, showed love, shared it, whatever you did. I appreciate you. Trust me, it does not go unnoticed. Keep rocking with me because I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stay doing this shit because I honestly do love this shit. I love to entertain y'all and I love to talk, if you haven't noticed. So we gonna keep it moving. Keep rocking with me. And you know what? The world don't ever stop. There's crazy shit going on all the fucking time.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? We had that conversation. So let's keep it going, keep it moving. Like I said, continue to like, share, comment. You can reach out to me on my Instagram, which is h.l.productions, or you can reach out to me on the YouTube. It's Life as IEYE, see it. And then also you can hit me up on Mixcloud. It's mixcloud.com/HL Productions. So with that being said, I've given you all my social media so you can stalk me and talk your shit and tell me that I'm wrong on everything that I said. That's cool. I'll accept that. And we will discuss it later. With that being said, it's your boy HL. I'm out.
Yeah.
Got your boy Cosign Kev.
Yep.
He out. So what does that mean? I'm out plus he's out. It's an equation. That means we out.
Right.
Peace.